god. This thing's a fucking mess.
Genesis. I love it in here, like, this is the game changer.
Hey, what's up? It's Genesis, and hope you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to be condensing my experiences with the band I'm in called Charlie Floyd all the way from December 2024 until now. It's been a canny half year so far with these lads, and since I've got way too much footage from the very start until now, this video will probably just be highlights, and if you want to see the raw footage of these practices and the gigs, they'll be available on my Patreon, and if you haven't already, you can watch my previous vlog with Charlie Floyd, and all the links will be in the description below or the top right. But without further ado, let's start with December 2024. I can't really remember if it's this specific practice session, but at around this time, we try to do something different. For the next gig, we've toyed around with the idea of using backing tracks for our performances. Not in the sense of pretending to play the instruments and letting the backing track do its thing, but more so using stems of the original song in order to elevate the performance. Instruments like synths, additional percussion instruments, and other layers that we can't manage to play with just 5 guys on stage. And since we didn't have an in-ear monitor rig at that moment, we decided to just play the backing track through the speakers in the practice room alongside with the click. It was quite sloppy at first, but again, that was the first time trying this. And even then, it wasn't even too bad.
Especially fucking tight.
Let's go.
Get that camera on yourself.
One very important tip when it comes to practicing your instrument is that you make sure that you record your practice. It doesn't have to be a video like this one, but it can just be a voice memo, just like what Charlie did right here. In doing so, it means that you can fully focus on performing that take, and therefore you can analyze your performance more in depth, rather than trying to split your focus and trying to analyze why you're performing, which may hinder your performance quality.
I got scared there, you know, when you put the fucking... I don't know why I got nervous. When you put that on there, I was got nervous. No, you both like tight. So tight. Almost tight as usual. Then I said this though, right? Because us 3 sat yesterday and got toes and shit. And my point was like, used to just fucking come in and kill it. Like you're so quiet, you sit there, it's us 3 just sat and shit the fucking For Sting, just get like all the church you can.
Can you guys just go through it once so I can hear what it's like?
Yeah, I'll play for the structure.
Another key moment from the session was when Charlie was showing me a new song that he wrote. He didn't have any plans for what the drums would sound like, but that wasn't really much of a problem for me, because coming from a church background, I am both confident in improvisation and learning songs after a few listens.
We'll give this a run through for Jen to learn structure.
As of editing this video, the song isn't out yet, so I won't play the whole thing, but if you want to see all the footage I used in this video, it'll be on my Patreon. Link in the description below or the top right.
I've heard this tale before, that ends and seals my love, falling down into her arms. If I had been in time, when there was light outside the bar you were in, and over the table was him, why she left him, looking at me. You could tell that her mind was astray. The longer she goes, only God knows what they're talking about. Yeah, only God knows what they're talking about. But won't you stay? 'Cause I'm crying out for your love. Won't you stay? 'Cause I'm crying out for your love.
Right, go on, let's do one more time.
It's
Right.
so churchy.
Yeah, that is, man. Like, the drumming fucking is amazing, by the way.
Thank you, thank you.
Right. 1, 2, 1.
I've heard this tale before, it ends and seals my love, falling down into her arms. If I had been in time, when there was light outside the bar you were in, and over the table was him, holding me. You can tell her mind's astray. The longer she goes, only God knows what they're talking about. Yeah, God knows what they're talking about. Won't you stay? 'Cause I'm crying out for your love. Won't you stay? 'Cause I'm crying out for your love. Yeah, I know sometimes I'm feeling sick with all of this love. But for now, yeah, I will better stay
Lovely. Everything there today was bang on, like, that's perfect.
Have you got time for one more little view lally? Go on.
What should we do? Do it again. Should we do it again?
Take or leave it, I might as well.
Ah.
Big progress session right there.
Well done, everyone.
We're too clean, baby.
Congrats, Thomas.
Sure.
That practice session was a massive success. We got a start on the backing track idea, we also got a new song set in stone, and the touch-ups on the rest of the songs that we played were super tight. However, for the next practice session, things got a little bit rocky. This was because, for this practice session, our bassist, Thomas, wasn't able to make it. If you already know what it sounds like to hear a band without a bassist, then you'd know how tough this practice session was. but if you don't, this is pretty much what it sounded like. All that missing low end was throwing us off the entire practice session. So much so that our morale was clearly at an all-time low. And inevitably, we ended up procrastinating for a long time. Bad news aside though, if you haven't noticed, in this session I'm wearing headphones. And that's because we eventually figured out our in-ear monitor system. Or I guess, the beginnings of one. This way, we don't have to put the click track through the monitors of the studio, and instead, or at least for now, it runs through my headphones. That then meant that I was in charge of keeping the band in time with the backing track.
That was a fucking good session.
That was a nice little session.
That made us feel a lot better about Friday. That fucking hammer, boys.
Aye, nah, fucking hell, boys.
Come on, boys. We're there now. This is the end game. Come on.
As Carson said, our first gig then was on Friday, which would be in 2 days after this session. And typically, from what I've experienced at least, for the first gigs of a band, usually they're quite small. But this one, not so much. It is the day of the gig right now, and excuse all the mess, because of course, we've got everything here. I mean, almost everything. I'm about to eat my breakfast right now, and this is what we got. I've got, I think, minced chicken omelette with some eggplant and rice. You know you're Filipino when you eat breakfast like this. Alright, and in terms of the outfit, this is what I'm wearing as per request of Charlie. I've got black cords, and I've got this Beats for Breakfast shirt. That's my merch. Yay! Link in the description if you want to get it, or in the top right. I think around there. On that kind of point. There we go. Bam. And this is only like, just because it's cold outside right now. When it comes to the stage, I'm not going to be wearing this jacket, but you know, I'm trying to make a good first impression at least. I'm pretty much ready to go now. Just gotta wait for, I think, just under 2 hours. So we got plenty of time. Might as well make ourselves some, hold on, try that again. Cut here. Might as well make some while I'm waiting for Carson to pick me up. So let's do it. Dude, I'm gonna be real right now. I have no idea why I'm so nervous. Probably because, you know, it's my first gig with these lads. Probably because I'm going to a new venue I've never been to before. Probably because I'm worried of forgetting something. Probably because I'm worried something might go wrong. You know, like maybe the click tracks just don't work all of a sudden, even though I've checked it like 3 times. Maybe it's because I might lose something on the way back home. I don't know. I'm very nervous for some reason right now. And I don't want to be this nervous. Because last time I've been this nervous, like really anxious, I had like a panic attack after a gig, which was not fun. So I need to make sure I don't set my standards too high today. Even though it's a massive venue, it's our first one. So if it doesn't go well, it doesn't go well. That's okay. Oh boy. And just like that, we're on the road. Specifically to Middlesbrough, which is about an hour's drive. Wildly enough, this wouldn't be my first time here. For my case, the first time I was there was because I was invited to the BBC radio station in Middlesbrough as part of an artist duo with my brother, called Guapo, for an interview and live performance. I actually already made a vlog for that on this channel, and I also made a video on the Guapo channel of the full performance and interview. Links to both of those will be in the description below.
Loading address from Corporation Road, turn onto Dunning Street. Right, okay, we're outside of it. It just says double doors on the side of building, stage door right hand side, staircase up the
Maybe the right hand side of it, and I'm on the left hand side of it.
I'm gonna be real, lads. I'm starting to feel nervous now. Don't know why now.
It's alright, man. It's normal.
Especially since I forgot my fucking SD card, man.
Hello mate, just calling on behalf of Charlie Floyd.
If you didn't hear that right, I said I left my SD card, and that is a specific SD card that I use for this GoPro. So on the way there, I was scurrying through my backpack trying to think of different ways to record the whole set. I even went to the extent of clearing all of the storage on my phone just so I can record the whole thing. Luckily enough though, I came up with the idea of taking out the SD card from the camcorder, which I used for that B-roll footage of traveling earlier, and just hoping that I would have enough storage left over for the performance, setup, which is right now, sound check, and maybe a little pre-game interview. But unfortunately, since it's just a small SD card, it only managed to capture the setup and sound check.
Alright.
I'm not complaining though.
And I've got a whole book of these. Yeah.
All good.
Botched, like, body cam. Don't even see what I'm doing, do you? Anything else from you all?
Not from me. Have you got much?
I don't know. Wait, is everything on the back gone, yeah? Damn, you got that quick, like, what the fuck? You let my B-Tech body cam.
It's cool.
Anything else, bro?
Yeah, all good.
Alright. Oh wait, my protein shake. Hold on, my protein shake.
For this gig, we were supporting an artist called Tom Megan. I honestly didn't know who he was beforehand, but Charlie and the rest of the band seemed really enthusiastic about this dude, and for a good reason. He was the co-founder and lead singer of a rock band called Kasabian, which have had 5 #1 albums on the UK albums chart and 4 top 10 hits on the UK singles chart, and as a solo artist, his 2 albums from the last 2 years had already reached the top 50 of the UK, and by just hearing him and his band perform for the sound check, I could already see why. Even without a crowd in front of them, they still play their songs with great power, consistency, and stage presence, as if there was a crowd there. And on top of that, the onstage audio engineers were absolutely amazing. They had a whole tower of gear dedicated to their in-ear monitor system, backing tracks, any wireless or Bluetooth gear, and it was insane to see. I knew we were just a supporting act, but witnessing all of this unfold in full time made me generate really high standards for this performance.
Probably, yeah.
Hey guys.
Oh yeah?
Yes. Charlie. Yeah, I'm Keith. Right, you. I do stage production for Tom. Excellent. We're just about finishing up, so we're well early, so you got a bit of extra time. It's amazing.
Oh, that's perfect.
Do you want to come in and have a quick?
We needed extra time right now, you know.
We'll pull everything back, basically, to behind the drum risers, so you'll have everything forward.
Alright.
So in terms of the space you have available there, the wedges can obviously move to where you want it to be. Are you on ears or are you wedges?
You've got compact mixer with a headphone, but no, we'll be on wedges.
Yeah, okay, so basically the house engineers will sort out all of your audio. In terms of the changeover, obviously the half an hour is tight.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
So it'll be a case of we'll get everything
Off and we'll sort it.
and then basically we can then push back to space. So we will kind of be entering stages and finishing, and where the sea of space will start.
Of course, as soon as we're done, we'll just get all our shit there and then sort it out
Perfect.
there.
All right, gotta make sure we don't waste any time packing up when we're done. Like, oh my god, it's kicking in right now. You know, that nervous is kicking in, but should be fine. This looks almost like my church, so almost, yeah, church with balcony, a stage, but not this high. You know,
That's probably quite good though. I mean,
it's just an entirely different aura though. That's the thing.
I mean, once you do the first one,
I bet. I really fucking bet. Cause like,
you'll be sound. I've got full confidence.
hey, thanks, man. Oh my god. Alright,
Right, they're just getting sorted and then we'll stop.
alright, son. I just really hope that this footage doesn't fucking burn out, bro. Alright, lads, how we feeling?
Criminal. Feeling good, like. It's just like I'm feeling confident with everyone's playing and everyone's sort of.
Oh yeah, Thomas, did anyone tell you about the extension of the Take It or Leave It crowd section?
You lock in, you'll know.
Just look at me.
Right, you sort out and tell us what you can do for cues. Do you know if I like do it again?
Okay,
Is
do
it
it
just
again.
going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what he's used to, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Just make sure that you look at me like with dead cold eyes, yeah? Like you're ready. Alright, here's an extension for y'all if y'all need it.
And soon enough, it was setup time.
You know how I feel. 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 It's a new dawn, a new day, a new
Note to self, please don't ever use this microphone ever again.
Check it out. We're here chilling, you know. First Charlie Floyd show. Yeah, I'm feeling good for it, like. Don't know about you, but
I'm feeling good,
feeling confident, feeling prepared, feeling, you know, feeling good.
Sorry, I'm feeling very prepared.
You're a bit under the weather,
Yeah, I'm a bit.
so we'll look after Lewis, you know.
Got the sniffles. Got the lens tips on the go.
Couple Carlsberg do the job as well, usually.
Full of drugs. Full of drugs before we big. That's got to be good.
Full of opioids, full of everything. Carson, got any words?
What was the question? How you feeling?
Yeah, how you feel?
Fantastic. And white socks on.
Doing a bit of ASMR for the camera as well.
I've got a good one.
Yeah.
What is everyone most looking forward to playing? What song?
Take it or leave it, definitely. Like, yeah. I think it's with the backing track that ties it together. What about yourself? Have I turned it off? There, I've got it. We on?
Do it again. I'm looking forward to playing.
Yeah,
Like.
do it again sounds tight. Like, do it again sounds tight, and it's good that it's the single as well. Thomas, how you feeling?
It's not really any of your business.
But yeah, man, like I feel like we've been well prepared for it. I feel like it's just you just gotta go and deliver now, really. Stay in that mindset that we've been in the rooms, you know. It's just the boys on the stage. We all went to the same school, Bar Carson.
Do the job.
Do the job. That's all. Goodbye.
After that very scuffy interview, we all just chilled in that green room until it was our time to shine. The plan was that we're going to start with a banger called Do It Again, which you can hear on all streaming platforms right now, links in the description below. And since the backing track for me had a 2-bar lead in, Charlie said for all of us to get into the stage, get set up, and as soon as we were all ready to play, I would signal to Charlie to come through the stage and I would immediately start playing that backing track. Within that time it takes for the 2-bar count-in to finish, Charlie would already be on stage and be putting on his guitar. And in terms of pacing, that should be able to catch the attention of the audience very quickly. Of course, I won't be able to show you the whole performance, and also since this video is getting quite long, I'll only be showing the first half of each song. So if you want to see the whole gig and other bits of footage from this gig, other practice sessions, other videos, music producer goodies like sample packs, presets and whatever, they'll all be in my Patreon, link will be in the description below.
Thank you very much for having us. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the night. To play her support such a legend in the music scene, so yeah. This last song was my post take on you.
So
Just like that, the show was over. The crowd wanted more, but we only had time for a 25-minute set. I didn't record this next section because we only had a handful of minutes to get all our gear out of the stage and to let Tom Megan and his crew set up as fast as possible.
Yeah, me too, mate.
I also regrettably didn't record or even see Tom Megan's set, because while Charlie and the rest of the lads went to the audience to see him perform, I went backstage, sat on the couch on the side, and then I just somehow fell asleep throughout the whole thing. I have absolutely no idea how that happened, even though his band's volume levels were really high. But either way though, we had a really good set, and I hope the lads enjoyed both our set and Tom Megan's set.
Whenever that is, let me know.
Since that last gig, we took a long break just so we can enjoy the holidays. And after that, we did a few more practice sessions. But to me, this one in particular is quite significant. One of the biggest reasons why is because we were trying out a new studio to do our practice sessions in. And coincidentally, we picked out a beautiful red room that fits my colors. Even though it's a new studio for those guys to try out, it actually wasn't my first time in this one. Years before I was in this band with Charlie, I would be involved with several cover bands with my dad. I, of course, am on the drums, and my dad would be on the bass. Throughout those various different bands I was in, we would usually book pretty much the whole day to just have a massive jam. And it's not even to practice for a gig either, we were just having fun in these rooms. We would even have like long breaks in the break room, we would order pizza, bring in our own Filipino foods, it was lush. But as soon as Charlie and the gang and I arrived here, I couldn't wait to see how they would react to this place. This session was also very productive. Not only did we brush up on the songs we already knew, but we also started learning 3 other new songs. This was one of the new songs that we had to learn, and we used it to not only get the levels right for this room, but also just to test how the system sounded. And immediately, it sounded way better in here compared to the last practice room. Also, this dreamy outro section, absolute masterpiece. This is also another one of the new songs, and we use this one as more of a vocal / entire band kind of leveling thing, whereas the last one was used as a backing track volume test.
Try and get the back and tiny bit louder. Is the gain on there, Jen, full, or is it maybe give it a little nudge?
It has to be on through there.
Is that at the top, the red chord? On the master, on the level of it? Yeah. Is it at the top?
No.
Go on. I mean, that's like proper levels wise.
You ready?
Yeah, man, that sounded good. That sounded good vocally. Levels wise.
This is the third song we started learning in the session. Typically, in our group chat, we'd be given a demo of the song that we're going to learn next. This was an entirely different case, however, because this was not an original song. And it's also a song I've never heard of. And unfortunately, I think that's all I can show because I might get copyright struck for that. If you're interested about the song, it's called Highway 61 by Bob Dylan.
When are the drums going, man? Straight away. Oh God, baby Abraham, you your son. God said, God, you must be putting me on. It said, oh, it said, why? God said, you do what you wanted, but then next time you see me coming, you better run. Well, God said, where you want this killing done? God said, on our highway 61. Yes, I think this can be easily done. Take it all down the highway 61. So you just fucking obviously figure that out and you just have a crack on the bass. I'll give you the bass line for a bit. I'll figure out the lyrics, fucking hell. And then that will be fucking class. Write your own solo.
And then well,
Good idea.
I've got
The drums is a good
people
job.
he could start and people can
Being Bob Dylan.
and then
For that new song called Hey You, we actually practiced this around 10 times in the session.
yes sir.
And this was our final take.
Came without warning. Saturday morning. Something has left me here, but I'm not quite sure what it was. Oh, hey you, you're alright. Hey you, my type. Hey you, you're alright. Hey you, my type. Wearing next to nothing. Oh, some on Tuesday morning. Something has left me
that was a good take. Go on, we'll go again.
I lied. We did it one more time after this.
Good section there.
Yes, yes.
Very good.
Very good. Very pocket.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It sounds nice. Have like
There's some nice fills out there.
Yeah, there was some fucking tight ones, like really good ones.
Yeah. They just make you go like.
After yet another successful practice session, we had another gig ahead of us. But this time, it was very local, which means that we don't have to go traveling like super crazy, and that also means we're going to be breaking into that underground local scene and having underground audiences, which is great. Or so I thought it was going to be. We're going to start this gig recap straight away with the setting up footage, not only because this video is getting long, but also because that wasn't on purpose. I typically record B-roll footage like traveling and other scenic stuff with my camcorder for that low quality nostalgic kind of looking vibe. And as a habit, I'm already used to formatting the SD card inside that camcorder before I use it, which I did before we started traveling for this gig. However, just as soon as we touched down on that venue, I subconsciously formatted that SD card again. So not only did that remove all the B-roll footage of traveling and whatnot, but I also recorded some footage of me preparing myself before we go, and also like some pre-game discussion with the camera and stuff. And you know, I was really pissed off that I lost all of that. But I can't just let that stop the ball from rolling. As I said before, here we are setting up. For this event, it's pretty much comprised of a lot of underground bands back to back. And because of this, the turnover time is really short. I think we only had like half an hour-ish total to set up and also do sound check at the same time, so we were pretty much on it. Luckily for me, there was already a house kit available, so I didn't have to bring any shells. Only my sticks, cymbals, tambourine hi-hat clutch thing, the janky in-ear monitor rig, and of course the camera gear. Before I show you how it went, I want to tell you my opinion about this one. Honestly, it was okay, but it could be way better. For me, the main thing that kind of brought this whole performance down was not only the very small stage, so we had to like cram ourselves in, but also because of the way it was mixed. I'm not trying to say that the sound engineer for this event was bad, or that he wasn't doing his job properly, or that the venue sucks completely, which it doesn't at all, because I think it more so has to do with the limitations of the space. Concrete floors, massive space, and not many things in the air to diffuse the sound and reverb. Those three main factors are pretty much the recipe for a mixing nightmare. I would honestly love to give this place a second chance, even outside of the Charlie Floyd project, because the aesthetics and vibe of the whole place is insane, and I want to see the potential that this place can have. But anyways, enough of that rant, time to get straight onto the highlights of this gig.
How's everyone doing? Quite a good day so far. How was your set? Good? Good man. This next song we're going to play is called Hey You. Let's miles away, and you could dance all day around it, but that won't get you far. Together, get out of here. Together. This last song I'm going to play for you is called Take It or Leave It. Thank you very much for having me. I'm Charlie Floyd. If you want to get the socials, it's Charlie Floyd HQ. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers.
And just like the last band, after we were done, we had to pack up straight away. Since there would be another band straight after us, again we only had half an hour to get everything going. And once we got everything downstairs, Charlie had to do a post-gig interview. You can watch that video in the description below, but yeah, nothing else happened after this gig, so that's pretty much it. On to the next one. For some reason, I couldn't find any footage of practice sessions before this gig, but that doesn't really matter. This gig is also local, but this time it's closer to the town. This one is very significant because it's our first ever headline gig, and it's also sold out, and my family was coming along to see it. So no biggie, no pressure, right? In all seriousness, I actually didn't feel any pressure for this one whatsoever. And I think it's because of all those practice sessions where we were grinding each song, so much so to the point where it's almost like nothing. I also made sure to make each of those backing tracks the same volume, so I wouldn't have to reach to the mixer and potentially sacrifice the groove. To me, it just felt like everything was falling into place, as if this was the victory lap already, and if something detrimental happens or if we do make mistakes, then that's entirely okay. We're just here to have some fun at the end of the day. So without further ado, here are the highlights of this gig.
Yeah, you got to do it again, yeah?
Yeah, ready?
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much everyone for coming down to see Charlie Floyd live at Think Tank. Hope you enjoyed the support act. It was a great event so far. Alright, we're going to get into this set. This next song's called Nice to Meet You. Has everyone had a good night so far? Alright. This next song we're gonna play is called Pinch Me. Let's see everyone sway. But I know just how it feels. I took it to myself this evening, just to check if I was real. Yeah, you know it's not fair, but you do it all. Look in my head, do it all. You know it's not fair, but you do it all, baby. Look in my head. Alright, happy a few people knew that one. That was a nice little sway we got on the go. Alright, we're going to keep it at this level. Thomas Seagrave, everyone. ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the night. This is the last song. Yeah, I know. And you can dance all day around it, but that won't get you far. Get up, get out of here, get up.
And that's a wrap. As of editing this video, those are all the gigs that I've been involved with Charlie Floyd so far. We've got some more gigs coming up for the rest of the year, and I really hope I'm going to be able to make the next one, which is August the 20th. I'm just going to be praying that my annual leave will get sorted by then. And if not, I could probably call in a sickie, but I don't really want to do that. Once again, if you want to see the raw footage of these gigs and the practice sessions, you can see them on my Patreon, link will be in the description below. And speaking of Patreon, thank you to all my free Patreon members for showing your support. Much love to all my tier 1 patrons on the screen right now for supporting the channel directly. And I'd also like to shout out Delta Rose, Dominic Piotrowski, He Levi, LifeX Earth, iWrite, and Lizard for being my highest tier patrons. You're absolute legends. And that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video around. All my links are in the description below. That includes my Discord, Patreon, merch, and more. Once again, thanks a lot for watching, and stay creative. See you in a bit.
Genesis.